Hiya friends, Prepared Suburbanite back at you with the thought for today. There's an old saying that basically goes, if it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Well, the theme that I'm going to discuss in a minute right after the intro is, if it weren't for bad news, we'd have no news at all. So stick around. So to lead this series of thoughts together, the news that the conservatives have gotten so far this week has been absolutely abysmal. I'd say nothing but bad news. I guess the week sort of started out with this headline from a guy named Alan Lichtman, who has been noted as predicting correctly pretty much every election since 1984. And he reveals, according to his methodology, who's going to be the favored candidate in this November's presidential race. And it's not Donald Trump, it's Joe Biden. Well, for a guy that hasn't been wrong about too many things since 1984, that's not really good news. Second little piece of news that came out a little bit earlier this week is that the D.C. Court of Appeals, which is a fully liberal stacked court in Washington, D.C., has found that Trump is not immune to the 2020 election interference case. The appeals court ruled that they didn't buy his arguments. This is absolutely precedent-setting. This would mean that any president that does something that the other party doesn't like after he's out of office, then he can be arrested, tried, and convicted for anything that the opposition party doesn't like. So I'd be very, very concerned about that. Now, yeah, Donald Trump says he's going to appeal this to the Supreme Court, and I suspect that the Supreme Court is going to look at this with a whole different outlook than the D.C. Court of Appeals did, and Trump may actually be able to preserve presidential immunity for him and for the future, but we'll have to see. But the news this week was Trump does not have immunity. How about that? So let's see, what today's Wednesday? Today's Wednesday when I'm filming this, so I'm going to put this video up on Thursday morning. So if I say today, don't get confused, or tomorrow, or yesterday, whatever. But yesterday, which was Tuesday, the House GOP failed to impeach Homeland Secretary Mayorkas. I watched the vote count and all that kind of stuff going on, and it was actually brutal. There wasn't a single, not one single Democrat that said, yeah, Mayorkas needs to be impeached. Not one. They hung together just like they always do on issues that resort to politics and party politics. And it got right down to the wire for a few minutes there. It was tied at 215 each, and one of the smarter Republicans decided to change his vote so that they could preserve reopening or retrying or rehearing the impeachment thing. If it ended in a deadlock tie, there'd be no way to do that. So by changing his vote, this one representative had it all figured out so that they can at least preserve something for the future. But the fact that the GOP went ahead with the vote without knowing exactly what was going to come of it, and we had Steve Scalise out because he's receiving treatment for his cancer, it just left him one vote shy, and it just didn't work out. So Mayorkas is enjoying his freedom right now. So the other wonderful thing that happened right after that vote in the House yesterday, Tuesday, was the fact that the GOP Standalone Israel Aid bill fails by a vote, by more than one vote. But anyway, they needed to have 2/3 majority on this one, and they didn't even come close. Now, there was a couple of defectors on the Democrat side, but there was kind of a mixed bag on the GOP side. But that's not good news either. In fact, that's bad news, that the standalone Israel bill couldn't muster enough support to keep funding the protection of one of our greatest allies in the Mideast. That's Israel. The House, the only thing that the House has done right this week is to say no to this monstrosity of a border bill, which is nothing but a piece of crap. But the fact that it's not going to get heard in the House doesn't stop the Democrats from doing an end around, coming up with a little bit different approach to it, maybe renegotiating a little bit of it here or there. But I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for good news or bad news, if it wasn't for bad news, we'd have no news at all. It's kind of terrifying sitting here with a few months to go before the presidential election. And yeah, we got all the primaries yet to go and Super Tuesday coming and all that. But I am exceedingly concerned about the strength and the fortitude of the GOP that's sitting in Congress right now. They don't have a majority in the Senate. They've got like a 2-vote, maybe 3-vote majority in the House right now. So it's almost impossible for them to generate any kind of good news at all. And I'm very, very discouraged about what light that shines on the future of what's going to be happening. Donald Trump is still facing a ton of legal battles yet to come. And yeah, there's some news here, some bad news here, there's some good news here, some whatever. But there is still an awful long way to go before Trump can be actually our guy leading the charge for the GOP and for the conservatives. I am totally dismayed about a lot of the thoughts that the liberal left, the leftist left, has about Donald Trump. There are so many people that would vote for Biden just to say, I'm not going to vote for Trump. So they're going to vote for Biden because they won't have any other choice. There really isn't going to be anybody else out there. Now, we can get into all the what ifs and who's going to be running and who's going to be the official nominee and all that. But given the way it stands today, I am getting more and more concerned every single day. Would love to hear what your current thoughts are on the bad news that we're getting, and I don't suspect it's going to stop anytime soon. So let me know down in the comments what you're thinking on this particular issue, and if you found anything here that was of interest to you, Please give us a like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you're not, please do subscribe. This is the Prepared Suburbanite reminding you to be prepared always, and I'll see you all on the next video.